So a woman threatens to disown her son because after 20 years of not knowing his father, he now wants to patch that relationship and get to know him. And because of that, she don't want nothing to do with the son. Let's hear how this conversation goes.
My mama want to disown me because I want a relationship with my father.
Here you go. Not today.
That's my father. Mama, you tripping.
I don't care. You don't know what that man did to me.
Mama, what he did to you, that was 20 years ago.
Me, everything.
I'll give her this. We don't know what happened to it. There's so many different cases, incest and rape and different crazy stuff that can happen. But I think if it's something that egregious, that still at the age of 18 or 21, that mother should sit down with the son and have that conversation to let them know the full backstory to everything. And if they want to proceed with knowing their father.
Mama, he's still my father.
You don't need no relationship with him.
Why I can't have a relationship with my father? Every child needs a father.
Do you love me?
Of course I love him. Why I'm still here, right?
So then, if I don't like him, you don't like him.
That's not the way.
So from if I don't like him, you don't like him statement, I'm guessing that there hasn't been any traumatic things that's happened to her, just that she has a baby daddy that she doesn't like. And now she doesn't want her son to like him as well.
That's
not the world. That's not how it goes. That's still my father. And I want to have my father in my life.
No, you don't need me in your life. I help you. I'm in your life.
And thank you so much. But at the same time, I want a relationship.
No, I'm here. I'm the mother and the father. I do everything.
That's not the way it works. Yes. You're a woman. I need my father. He's a male. He's a man. Teach me things you can't teach me.
Single mothers don't want to admit this, but data says that children thrive when there's a mother and a father in the home, or if it's just the father in the home. Not so much with just single mothers. As Charleston White said in the video we did before, single mother's love for a man especially is just not sufficient enough.
No, he's still my daddy. You tripping. You tripping.
You know, at this point,
Come on. He's my daddy.
Really?
Mama, you tripping.
Well, if you want a relationship with your daddy, I don't want nothing to do with you.
Want nothing to do with your son?
I don't want to deal with you.
Your son.
I don't want to deal with you. If you want to talk to him, that's cool.
Mama,
but don't talk to me no more.
Mama, years ago.
I don't want to deal with your daddy.
You don't have to deal with him, but you don't want to deal with me, your own son?
No. And you look just like him. You act like him. Ugh. Matter of fact, you really need to get out of my kitchen because I'm not ready to.
Mama.
I'm sick of.
Mama, you want to disown your own son.
You want a relationship with your daddy?
Of course, it's my father.
Then I want to disown.
And you tell me I look just like
you.
Mama, it's because of you. You the one that did it.
I believe I even lay with that man.
You the one that did it.
It's crazy how unreasonable women can be when they get in their emotions. Like I can't believe I laid with that man. Yeah, well, you did. You produced a son, and the son needs his father, but yet you would choose to disown your son and not have nothing to do with him because he wants to meet and have a relationship with his father, the man that you chose, and you doing all that. But I'm pretty sure you wasn't doing that when you let him box them cheeks in that night, was you?
You the one that did it.
Yep. Wash out that off anyway.
Mama.
What?
25 years ago.
Okay.
And you don't want me to have a relationship with my father?
No, I don't. So we can stop talking about this now. You bring this up every other day.
I haven't seen my daddy in 2 years, and now I want to have a relationship with him. And you got such a big problem with me knowing my father.
Why do you want to know him so bad?
Again, I didn't see him in 20 years. I want to have that child and father.
20 more years won't hurt. You don't need to know him. He ain't do nothing for you. I do everything for you.
Ladies, don't get in your feelings about it. If a man raised his son and his son never knew his mother, he would want to know his mother at some point. It's just obvious. But back to where she says, you don't need to know him. He don't do nothing for you. This is the delusion of single mothers where they think they can just have a baby with any guy because the clock is ticking, and then discard that guy because they ready for the baby. And they think everything will be okay because it's just me and the baby, right? And we don't need no man. And because he said he wanted to, and it's the total opposite. They still do need that father, and they're going to ask about him at some point.
Okay, you my mama, but I got a son. Imagine if he didn't have his father in his life.
And that's what grandma for.
No, that's not what grandma for. Grandma don't got everything. She's not Superman.
And as long as I'm living, I'm going to keep you away from me.
But at the same, what you mean by that?
Like, do you see the lengths that they will go, like generational? They ready to sacrifice the grandbabies and everything, put them through the same thing. And she said, as long as I'm living, I'm gonna keep you away from your father. And she's willing to do that for the grandbabies as well, because she doesn't care about what the son is saying, how much he's crying out saying he needs his father. She doesn't care. She's selfish. She doesn't care what you need. She wanted you. She wanted the baby. That's all she wanted for her own personal reasons. And she doesn't care what the baby wants or needs. She gonna give you what she wants to give you.
You enjoy it.
And that's why I can get in a relationship with him now.
And that's why I'm gonna put you out.
And you're gonna put your own son out.
So if you want to get to know him, that's fine.
Oh, that's a great mother. A mother that want to disown her child.
A mother that's been doing everything for you.
And I said thank you, and that's why I'm still here.
Okay.
And that's why I'm still here. But why is that such a big deal when I want to know my father? I want to have him in my life.
You'll understand later in life.
I'll understand later in life.
You don't need to get to know him.
No, that's not good. All right. And Mama, you tripping. And you big tripping for that moment.
Well, if you want to get to know him, go ahead.
I'm going to get to know him.
So she's saying he'll understand later. No, make him understand now. If it's some secret that you want to say, let it be known. It's 20 years he's been waiting to meet his father. He's a grown man. He got kids of his own. It's time to have these conversations. If it was something egregious done, let it be known. But it's not nothing egregious done. You know what this is? This is just a mother. It's like two different type of mothers, right? You'll see the one mother that when the child takes to the father, you know, when the father is just, the child just loves when daddy comes home and that type of stuff, or the child snuggles up with daddy, and the mother is she just loves to see it. Like, oh, look at him. She's sneaking up, getting pictures and videos of them having a moment, and she just thinks it's the most beautiful thing. And then there's the opposite. There's this woman where when she sees the son or the daughter take to the father in that wonderful way that only a father can bond with his kids, she can't stand it. Right? And this happens even within families that are together too. Like they'll be bonding and she just, you just love your daddy, huh? You just like, you know, they'll say little snipey things, a little weird stuff that be like, it goes from playful to, it kind of ain't playful. Like, you kind of don't like that he likes dad, right? Or that she likes dad, that she's a daddy's girl. You kind of mad that they don't have, and I get it. Like, you can be like, well, they like them more than me, and I'm feeling type of way about. But it's a difference in what this lady is displaying here, because she seems to be just displaying like a flat out, like, whatever you like. You want to get to know your daddy so much, go on over there. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't, like, you willing to disown and cut off your son because he needs something that you always knew he would need. You just convinced yourself that he wouldn't. You convinced yourself that your love by itself would be sufficient enough. You convinced yourself that it could be just you and the baby, and y'all was going to live happily ever after. Right? And somehow that didn't work. And so now you're upset and you want to, like, discard him because he's obviously having thoughts of wanting to know his father. Every child wants to know their father and their mother. And whenever one of those or both of those are missing, they are going to want to know about it. Your job as a mother is to make that connection, fill that gap in his life, and make sure he gets what he needs from you and from his father. But it's too many bitter single mothers out there that are doing this type of stuff and trying to make sure that the kids are separated from the fathers and that they don't know the real story. They fill their heads with all this fake stuff that, you know, that the daddy did and this, that, and the whole time mama trying to keep them away. Y'all know these women, man. And let me just say, in this case, we don't know whether the father fully fled and stayed away from his kid and didn't want nothing to do with him or not. We don't know if the mother kept him away. it doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is that the father is, at this point, reachable. And the son wants to reach out and talk to him about whatever that happened in the past. They want to build off this relationship. It's your job as a mother to make sure this happens. No matter how bad you think your child was hurt, that hurt ain't gonna go away unless they meet their father and somehow try to communicate to heal. The healing is only gonna come through building that relationship. And maybe when they try to build that relationship, maybe it falls apart again and they get more hurt. You know what? That's life. That's life. You try, you live and learn, you keep going. But as a mother, all you can do is be there to pick up the pieces with your son. Same as you always been doing. But at least they can see for themselves if their father is on some bull or not or whatever. But either way, they need to know for themselves. They need to reach out and build that relationship. And maybe it builds and blossoms into something beautiful. But you won't know unless you allow them to try and unless you help them to try. But the minute that you're trying to disable this whole meeting and relationship building, you're just doing your child a disservice. But this your boy P Camp. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.